Привет, друзья. Hello, friends. It's me, Catherine Ivers Norton, of Spain. It's November 29th, 2021, and we're going to take a peek at chapter 15, which is titled Midnight Cornucopia. It's a month or two after New Year's Eve. Sergei and Cassandra's relationship is in a steady downward spiral. It's even worse now because he's having a major problem in Turkey. He's super stressed out. He's traveling back and forth, and he will not tell her what's going on. She's like, I want to help you. Tell me what's going on. And he's like, no, I cannot tell you. So he's keeping a pretty big secret from her, and she feels that his secrecy is driving a wedge in the relationship. So when Lena, her friend Lena, offers her to come to town to explore Russian culture, she jumps on that, and they're spending a couple of days at the Hermitage Museum, which is a huge museum on par with the Louvre. It's one of the places I plan to go to when I go to St. Petersburg. Can't wait. So let's see. The first day that they were there, Ilya tagged along and was bored to death because they were speaking French, and he was like left out, and he's kind of her friend, and it was just weird. So the second day, she said, you know what, just take the day off. There's plenty of security here. I'm fine, and I'll let you know when I'm ready to leave for the day. Come pick me up. And so they make a deal that they won't tell Sergei about this lapse, and so they continue on. So it's the morning. Cassandra's in the Hall of Egyptian Antiquities. Lena's gone on ahead to the next hall, and guess who shows up? That's right, Slava Belkov. Who else would it be? It's not a coincidence. Lena has arranged this because she's intent on Cassandra getting to know Slava better, and Cassandra actually has a really nice exchange with him, and she's left feeling impressed by his intelligence and insight, and she's feeling comfortable with him. So when they get to the next hall, Lena is waiting, and we'll pick up from there. I am starving, Lena announced. What's for lunch? A twinge of guilt poked my belly as I stepped into Slava's silver Mercedes, but after glancing over my shoulder, I pushed the feeling aside. It was only lunch, I rationalized. Besides, Lena was starving. We went to a Moroccan restaurant where we sat on cushions at a low table while servers brought various delectable entrees for us to share. The caravan music was lively, the food spicy, and the atmosphere fun. We shared a bottle of Spanish wine. When it was empty, Slava ordered another. I felt a twist of guilt as I raised the glass of ruby wine to my lips, but when I said, "Shut up, Sergei," in my mind, I felt better. The wine warmed my heart, eased any further guilty feelings. We took our time enjoying a prolonged midday feast. At the end of our meal, the waiter brought a decorative silver pot of sweet Moroccan mint tea. Then a beautiful woman dressed in sexy red Arabian garb stepped in front of our table. We clapped along to the lively drum beat as she danced, performing belly rolls, figure eights with her hips, and other feats of seductive feminine athleticism, with the red silk of her costume flowing around her like the flames of a passionate fire. Her bell-covered hip skirt jingled brightly, and she chimed finger cymbals for dramatic counterpoints to the music. I sipped my sweet tea and delighted in the joyful feeling spreading throughout my body. I felt like I was glowing. I stealthily glanced over the edge of my teacup at Slava's reclining form. He was magnificent. He was so tall, over 6 feet. His long arms and legs were thick with natural strength that stretched the fabric of his clothing as he moved, offering a teasing glimpse of what lay beneath. Everything about him seemed proportional, just larger than most men. I tried to imagine what he looked like undressed and wondered if he had a lot of chest hair. I hoped he did. When my eyes traveled back up his body to his face, I saw him looking back at me. I blushed, knowing I'd been caught in the act of checking him out. But I didn't care. Our eyes locked. We both smiled at the same time, and then he winked. Heat flared in my belly, and I knew it was only a matter of time before we finished what we started in the laundry room. Some things were just meant to be. Slava had business to return to, so he dropped us off at the museum after lunch. Lena exited the front seat of the car first. As I made my way to the door in the back, he whispered my name, Cassandra. I paused to look at him. He discreetly passed me a folded up piece of paper and said, I hope to see you later. I quickly tucked the note away before Lena could see it. It was nice to see you again, Slava, I said loud enough for Lena to hear. Thank you again for lunch. I smiled at my subterfuge and stepped out, acting as if nothing unusual had happened. My stealth ability was definitely improving. Meanwhile, my pulse was racing with excitement. I couldn't wait to read the note, so I made a beeline for the restroom as soon as we were inside the museum. With a ridiculous amount of eager anticipation, locked in a toilet stall and feeling like a super spy, I carefully opened the note and read the handwritten English words inside. I want you. Midnight. Well, we're going to have to wait till next time to find out what happened. So let me leave you with this. Isn't it nice when someone that you like flirts with you? Isn't it, even if you're in a long-term relationship, it could be your, spouse of 30 years, whatever, right? But if they tuck you a note in your lunch bag, or they leave you a note on the bathroom sink or something like that, just like a little thing like you're hot, or something like that, just like little flirts, So that's my wish for you. If you have the ability to give that little thrill to someone that you care about, please do, because they'll like it. And, and hopefully someone will do something sweet in return for you. That's my wish. Spread a little bit more joy and saucy flirtation around the world. So that's it. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with something more from 16. All right. See ya. Bye.